Hey guys, it's Raquel. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a box opening video, and I'm super excited about this because it looks like a big box. It is a big box. I'm not going to show you all sides of it because it looks like it's a box that's kind of been a little bit makeshifted, and the addresses and stuff like that I wasn't able to fully black out with a marker because it's covered with a certain type of tape that doesn't allow for proper blackout. So I'm not going to show all different sides, but it I can tell based on the way that this box is done. It looks like it's a smaller box that they've, you know, like put almost two boxes together to try to create one big box so they can ship it to me. Um if I can just actually, you know what? I'm going to just try to black out a couple things here. I may be able to show you guys what I mean. There you go. That should be blacked out enough that you can see. So I'll show you the front of the box. And I don't know if you can tell, but like this line is like where the normal box ends and where the flap goes down, and then like it's literally another box shoved into this box. It's really it's really interesting the way that they managed to pull off this um boxing. So I'm going to try very hard to open it without, it all falling apart, because this is two boxes kind of in one. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it where I'm going to try to go around the one box with my X-Acto knife, because yes, I still have not found my scalpel. And kind of see. Oh yeah, there's two boxes in one. You can tell. I'm gonna just show you guys real quickly by pushing this down. You can see that it's two boxes. Like so. So it's very interesting. I will say that it's not the greatest way to box up a doll. However, it is definitely creative in the sense of like you got to do what you got to do to ship something out. So I obviously this is not, a box from a company. This is a secondhand doll for sure. In regards to what doll it is, I have no idea. So I'm got the one box. You know what? It actually looks like I can kind of just pull this box right out. So I'm just going to pull this box right out and be gentle with it. And yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything. Okay, got it. So this is the empty top box. It has all the addresses on it and shit. And I'm just going to put it over here because obviously don't want to dox anybody. Looks like there's just a couple of things stuffed, and this is kind of what it looks like. So you can see this blue box is exactly the same height as this box, so they really like makeshifted the box. Now there's no like protection beyond just this stuff, so not the greatest way to package a box, but not everybody knows how to package a box properly and shit happens. So, it's okay. So far so good. I'm going to toss this inner box, because there's nothing in it now, off to the side. And it looks like it's an Iple House box. So, I don't know if it is an Iple House doll. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But it's an Iple House box for sure that it's been sent in. I know I do have a couple Iple House dolls that I bought from the company, but I don't think it would have come like this. I think this is a secondhand Iple House doll, perhaps. So I took off the lid. I'm just gonna put the lid over here. And this is what it looks like so far. Okay, take off the first foam. I'm going to take off a little bit of bubble. And this is what it looks like. So it looks like it is actually an Iple House doll in an Iple House box. Her head is attached, so I'm gonna see if I can hold it up and do kind of like a body reveal. Ta-da! So it's a female. That's almost like a gender reveal. That was really funny. But it's a female. There's little compartments here, so I'll show you. There's a little compartment here, and here, and that's what this foam is from. Is from this compartment. And so the first compartment has extra string. So it has an extra string and extra hook. So that's always good to have a collection of extra string and extra hooks. Now, granted, this may not be in good condition anymore because it has been over like 4 years, but the S hooks definitely I'm keeping because I can always get new elastic, and the S hooks I can use for any doll. So if you get spares of things, you really want to make sure you keep them. In the second section, it looks like it's our heeled feet. So that's cool. It's our heeled feet in the bag. This I'll open for you guys. Looks good. I see no problems with the feet. As you can see, they're nicely healed. And then I'll grab the other one and show you guys. On this foot, there is, I'll show you guys, there is a line where they did not sand. So, I don't know if you can see it, but it's like right across the arch. You can see there's a little like line. I don't know if you guys can actually see it with, because my camera's so far away, I can't tell if you guys can see the line, but it is there. Not the end of the world. Again, this is definitely a secondhand doll that I got, so I'm not surprised that there's some flaws, even if it is Iple House. But the thing is that's something I can easily fix. I know how to sand things really smooth, and I can easily fix that line up on my own time at some point. So it's not, to me, something like that, not the end of the world. If it was directly from the company, maybe I would be a little bit, cheesed. But in terms of secondhand, they either didn't notice it or I bought it with it, like knowing it, so I'm not worried. Here's the Iple House envelope. So this definitely will have the COA in it. Let me open this up and take a look here. All Iple House dolls are made with our artist's passion and effort. Please save our original dolls from counterfeit dolls. So this is a little Iple House envelope. So you can see it has that. I don't know if you guys can see that writing there, but that's what I was reading earlier. Okay, so this is a Soa, SOA doll. It has the certification code, and this doll was made in 2015. Wow. Certificate is required to get any kind of service from Iple House. Please keep the certificate safe. So I'm going to show this. I'm going to just cover over the name though. But it's a Iple House Soa. Hopefully, I didn't cover it. So it's an Iple House Soa, and this is the COA, and you can see down here that it's from 2015. That's pretty cool. I will say the name that shipped it to me is not the name that's on this certificate, which means that this doll has been second-handed twice. That's, I wouldn't say interesting. I know that this happens a lot, but that is kind of curious as to like, because when I buy a doll, it's really rare for me to sell a doll after I buy it, because I just have this thing about like I want to be the doll's forever home. Like it's very rare for me to sell them unless it's like I desperately need the money or something like that because of like mortgage payments or whatever, but which I haven't done, thankfully. But it's very interesting to see when there's been a doll that's been in circulation for a while. So it was purchased in 2015. At some point, it went from the original owner on the COA to the owner that I purchased it from, and now it's to me. So I think I'm the third owner for sure. I could even be the fourth owner, which is crazy. So right off the bat, the tape that they used kind of came off, which is fine. So, oh, she's beautiful. So that's what she looks like. Look how beautiful she is. Her hands were wrapped really lightly, not in the wrapping way I would do, and even with the legs, like you can see that this just comes right off. But it's not the end of the world. Now, first thing I noticed is they put glue, hot glue, in the joints because she can't hold her joints despite there being um like peg sections for the joints to hold. The joints don't hold. She's also very loosely strung, but that could have been done with age or she wasn't strung properly because it honestly just looks like the legs are strung to themselves, which they are. Oh, they are supposed to be strung to themselves. Weird. Okay. Did not expect that. Maybe I need to tighten the legs a little bit. But I'm gonna have to look at the system because the system in the legs, it looks like there's like little grooves. I don't know if I can show you. Here, let's see if I can show you. Move your arm. You can see like the little like notches in the hip well, and it looks like that piece of the leg is supposed to click in to help hold things, and it's not. So I'm wondering. I heard it, but I'm wondering if this is such an old body, it just doesn't work like that. Another thing I'm going to say, which is really evident off the bat, and again, I gotta make mention that it's from 2015, so they probably improved since then, but they don't have ankle joints. Look at this. It's just it's just a hole. It's just empty. Like there's there's not a lot of movement for the ankle. Like the ankle is not actually on a ball. Um, another. Okay, well that she can lean, so that's good. She can bend her elbow pretty well. Um, not much of a wrist joint. I'm not sure if I can show that. Show if you can see that, but there's not much of a wrist joint. The wrist joint is on the hand, so not crazy amount of movement. Head movement. Head movement's really good. Like this doll's head can swivel around no problem. And it stays up. So head movement perfect. Looks like the inside see the inside has SOA on it. So it's the SOA. We lost one of the magnets, but it's over here. Again, this is just because it's a doll from 2015 and I've had it sitting in a box for 4 years. So obviously we've seen that with a couple of the other heads that I've gotten where the glue on the magnets come off. So that's fine. That's something I can fix. And you can see that there's the Iple House logo right there, which is cool. But the other thing I noticed, because the body overall is in pretty good condition, but I noticed the back of the arms, and you can see a line, sanding lines. Same with the back of the legs, you can see sanding lines where it's almost as if they didn't sand it all the way. You can feel the slightest of overlapping, and on the sides of the body too, you can see them. So you can see the lines. That's really interesting. I wonder if it's because it's an older doll and they just didn't have enough they like people sanding or completing it, or if it's one of those special dolls that like they've been ordered and then you get them after or something like that. Like there's even like a little like there's lines all over the place. Like this doll I don't know if I'd be comfortable trying to fix her in terms of sanding, but I think I definitely would try to fix her with sanding because there's a lot like there's lines obviously up the neck over here as well that are just prominent that like some sanding and you know, proper buffing with the sander afterwards would fix. It does feel like some of the lines have been sanded, like over here. This line definitely has been sanded because it's nice and smooth, but it's like you can still see that line. That's a really deep line. I mean, here's the thing, right? I'm not I'm a little surprised that an Iple House doll has so many seam lines that are that predominant and that like in your face that you notice them. However, I have to give the company the benefit of the doubt because it was made, you know, 10 years ago. Maybe things are better now. Maybe things have changed in the years that, like, because I bought a couple of dolls, like, again, 4 years ago straight from Iple House. So I do have a couple of dolls in there that are probably, that at least one from Iple House that is direct from the company. So maybe they fixed this, but I'm very surprised that a company as well known as Iple House has these non-sanded lines, or they're sanded, but they're noticeable. They're really noticeable, and I find that very interesting. Does that mean I wouldn't buy from them? Probably not, and that's because I can fix these problems. But for someone who isn't comfortable taking sandpaper or a sanding pad to a doll to fix these corrections, it's a little concerning. Again, have to give them the benefit of the doubt though because this is a doll from 2015. So I'm trying to be gracious um in my assessment because things definitely could have changed. Quality control could have been better. This could have been one of those special dolls that I know that sometimes special dolls, whether it's from Smart Doll or Iple House or wherever, can come with flaws. And they say that they come with flaws when the person buys them. And, you know, maybe, I don't know if I knew about these flaws. I'm not entirely sure because, again, it's been 4 years and I'm not going to go back and try to find the conversation about it. But, you know, as someone just receiving it, like for me to notice it, it's pretty noticeable. But otherwise, she's beautiful. Really nice sculpt. I like her face up. I kind of have an idea for her already. And I kind of have an idea um it potentially requires a bit of a face up change, but I won't mention it just yet because I'm not set on it, but I kind of have an idea for her and she is gorgeous. She is gorgeous. I just think I'm just a little surprised of the quality of the doll in terms of like sanding. But beyond that, she's gorgeous. I like her. Hold on, let's see if we can see her. Yeah, she's right there. So you'll probably see her in the next video, just still sitting there, because as you can see, like every doll that I've opened so far has just been like, he's here, she's there, she's there, she's there. Like it's just like they're kind of just congregating over here while I try to continue cleaning up my townhouse and figuring things out. But that is actually it. There's nothing else in this box. And this is a box I can go put downstairs. Overall, if I was to get a number rating system, I would say, I'd give it probably an 8 out of 10. Um, I don't know if I've used a number system for the rest of them, but if the doll feels like it's high quality, the only thing that is not is the fact that there's such extreme sanding lines. That's my only criticism, and that's something that again, take it with a grain of salt because I don't know if this is a special doll for whatever reason, or it's because it's such an older doll that they just didn't have improved techniques yet. I'll be able to find out once I find and open the Iple House doll that I did buy directly from the company, and I'll be able to tell you whether or not, I see those lines. But just something to note if you guys are looking into Iple House doll that, like, there may or may not be lines. Where the connections meet and where the casting is done. Other than that, she's gorgeous. She is beautiful and a really nice sculpt. And if I assume correctly, she can stand on her own, no problem. She's right there. Right there. So yeah. So standability, perfect. I may need to restring just because it's been a while and her legs are a little floppy. Again, it's been sitting in the box for 4 years, and this is a doll made in 2015. Can't expect it to be perfect, but yeah, I still positive. No major flaws that I can't fix or I can't handle. This is a secondhand doll, so it is what it is. I'm even with the other ones, I'm not going to be able to get anything. So I'm, I'm pretty happy with how this doll turned out after 4 years in a box. So yeah, I still have an idea for her, so I'm like really excited. But thank you guys so much for watching this box opening video. I hope you enjoyed it. And as always, my friends and family, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, everybody.